What's going on, world? KC Vibe back with another podcast.
Another podcast for your eyes.
We are on episode 2.
Number two.
I'm
Yeah.
McKay.
And on the C, you
We
already
back
know.
to vibe with you guys for one more episode. Today's episode, we are going to talk relationships.
Yeah, it's a hot topic, man. Can't
Oh,
wait to vibe on this one for real.
So go ahead, use this little musical intro to get your tea ready because we're about to start spilling it for you.
It's gonna be that
Alrighty.
good southern tea, that sweet tea, baby.
I'll see you back in a second.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, and we back like we never left.
Yep.
Okay, so we have our oldest son is in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And he's in health class, and he brings home a piece of paper that he has to do like a Q&A with his parents, right?
Yep.
And 2 of the questions like really stood out to me, and I'm like, bruh, it's like real life questions, like stuff that people really don't talk about.
Exactly. It's crazy.
And the first question was, what are some characteristics of a healthy relationship?
Now, let me tell you, we don't even ask ourselves these questions before we enter a relationship or while we're in a relationship. But these kids getting asked these questions in the 7th grade, and that is real. So, going back to that, are you in a healthy relationship?
I mean, what do you consider characteristics of a healthy relationship?
Characteristics, man. Trust. Communication is the biggest of all. If you can't communicate, there's no bounds within the relationship. There's no substance in the relationship without successful communication. You got to see eye to eye with the person. Compromise. You got to know how to compromise. Those are characteristics to me. Loyalty. That's supposed to be in a healthy relationship. What do you see?
I mean, honestly, like from day one, what's the main thing I told you that irritates me the most?
Lying.
Yeah, that right there is one of the key things that I'm like, okay, you lie to me, it's game over. Because if I can't trust you to be honest with me, I can't trust you 100%.
Exactly. That's the whole trust.
I can't be able to ride with you without being embarrassed by something that's gonna come out the woodwork. What's the point?
Yeah, and I agree with that.
So I think characteristics of a healthy relationship is being able to actually fully 100% trust the other person.
Trust the other person, yeah.
Knowing that person's not lying to you.
Exactly. That's very true. And we do tend to take that for granted. I mean, men. We sometimes when we trying to get out of something, we make up a quick story. Like, okay, well, I mean, I did this, I jacked up. Maybe, what I'm saying, if I tell a little white lie here, it won't be that bad. We can't do that.
Honestly, that's what used to irritate me the most.
Yeah.
Because my personal thing is, I'm like, okay, if you lie about the small shit, what makes me think you ain't gonna lie about the big shit?
Yeah.
Like, if I can't trust you to tell me, hey, yeah, I just went to the store, got a candy bar, came home. If I can't trust that story, how the hell am I gonna trust if the police are beating on my door telling me that you the murdered the motherfucker?
Yeah, exactly. You can't, because if you can't trust somebody with the little stuff, how you gonna trust them with the big stuff? I mean, just like you said, I mean, that trust level, once that boundary is broken, and you don't know whether or not that person is truthful with you, how are you gonna know when shit hit the fan that they're being real with you?
Yeah, that's why that little white lie shit, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, and it's not right.
I'm with that with my kids too, though. Yeah. I'm with that with my kids. I'm like, dude, even if you think you gonna get in trouble for it, I'd rather you tell me the truth. I'd rather
Yeah.
hear it. What they say, hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, hear from the horse's mouth, man.
Than to hear it from someone on the outside, and then I'm looking
Yeah,
at you
yeah,
sideways, like, bro,
that's
you could have told me.
yes,
Especially
yes.
since
Mm-hmm.
I get plenty of opportunities for the truth to be told.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is like my ultimate pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, like you said, a healthy relationship involves communication. Like, if I
Absolutely.
can't talk to you, what's the point?
Absolutely. And what we got to learn as a couple, as couples, as with your significant other. Okay, maybe all the time y'all ain't gonna see eye to eye. You know, there's gonna be a lot of bumping of the heads, but learning how to just sit back and listen and shut your goddamn on trap is a big step.
Damn, that's so personal.
I'm just saying. But it's real though, you know, on both sides. You know,
That felt personal.
allow the other person to speak what's on their mind before you start jumping the gun on them. If they allow you to talk, allow them to talk. You gotta mutually respect each other. You gotta come up with an agreement. The purpose of an argument, yeah, they suck. I know, but the purpose of an argument is to find a solution to a problem. Every problem has a solution. It does not matter what the problem is. Sometimes it may take a little bit more brainstorming to find that solution to that problem. But if you sit down and talk to your partner and discover what the true meaning of the reason of them being pissed off or mad, and listen, and they listen to you, maybe you guys can compromise and come up with something that'll benefit you both. And that way, it helps for you guys' relationship to grow even stronger. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's all about having a strong relationship with the person that you're with.
I mean, honestly, I think like communication is key simply because if you keep stuff bottled up inside, the little stuff can honestly grow into something much larger.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, say for instance, if I don't speak my mind and let you know when I'm pissed off about, say, you did something make me mad. You don't even know you made me mad, but it made me mad. I kept that shit inside.
Mm-hmm.
Now I move on to the next thing. I kept that shit inside. Sooner or later, it's gonna get to the point where I can't keep shit inside no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna explode, and that's why you have so many couples who can argue about a sock being left on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
or argue about a plate not being washed,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns into a big blow up. Because honestly, it's a lot deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why communication is key. Like, we talk about everything.
Yeah.
And one thing about us is from the beginning of our relationship, we've always had people call it a phone up relationship,
Mm-hmm.
like an open book. So
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't anything that I hid, there wasn't anything that you hid. So we had the passwords to each other's social media accounts, passwords to each other's phones. At any given moment, I can pick up your phone, look something up, you can pick up my phone, same vice versa, without having to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that ended up being helpful in our relationship
Mm-hmm.
when all that shit popped off with old girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
We shall call her Becky.
Becky. Okay.
So when Becky.
Okay. Becky. We'll go with Becky, I guess.
So when Becky called my phone,
Mm-hmm.
talking about everything it was that you had did or that you had been doing and all that other stuff,
Yeah.
I was able to be like, Becky, how was that possible when the situations in which you're talking about, he was with me that whole time?
Now, let me tell you, Becky was upset. Becky was mad because I broke up with her and chose to be with you. So she retaliated by going overboard with the whole situation and was trying to get a brother caught up on something that he ain't even did, y'all. For real. Do you want to share that story? Or should I share that story?
Go for it.
Okay. All right, so at the beginning, we Facebook, we don't went on Facebook like that. It was all about MySpace back then. MySpace was hot, and so what this Becky chick did, I was fooling around with her before I met my wife. So she was determined to be in the relationship with me, and I eventually told her, "Look, I found somebody else. Look, this ain't gonna work. So she was highly pissed off, highly upset, and I'm like, "Damn, for real? I'll just leave you alone. I don't even gonna talk to you." So what Becky did was make up a fake MySpace. She made up a fake MySpace saying that, "Hey, look, uh, he's with me." What she say? I don't forgot the details. Been so long ago.
She has said this particular one. She was trying to tell me that you were doing something. The whole time he was with me at the time, by the way, and she was telling me that she was with you and you've been lying and all that. So I'm like, okay, I'm the type of person where my motto is only bitch I fear is karma, only man I fear is God. So I ain't scared of nobody. So I gave Shorty my number. I was like, yo, call me.
Yeah.
Call me. Let's see what's going on. So she called my phone. I have her on speakerphone.
Yeah,
the whole time he's laying next to me.
I remember that.
So she's like, I have him here right now. He just went to the bathroom and all that other shit. So I'm like, damn, where this bitch live that he done went to the bathroom, was able to be here with me and gonna go back
I must have
to
had a twin
her.
brother.
I was like, what's going on? And she was like, yeah, he's here with me right now. And she made this whole thing up, which moral of the story is, had we not had a relationship where we could talk to each other and we told each other everything, that moment, that female could have blew up our whole relationship.
Yeah, kind of, but...
Because I could have been like, bruh, you seeing her, you doing all this, that, and the third. What the hell? Because we're still new.
Yeah,
we're still doing it. We're
fresh out the pot,
We're about a couple weeks in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's something right there that could have ruined us. But again, communication. Communication is a key characteristic. Communication and trust.
She lost before she even started. She said I was with her at the same time I'm with my wife. Well, you my girlfriend.
I knew Shorty didn't like me. MySpace was something. So, you post pictures and stuff on MySpace. So I go to the commissary and there's a sandwich department.
You got to explain what the commissary is for them non-military people.
It's a grocery store.
It's a grocery store on a military base.
So I went to the commissary and they had like a little sandwich section where you can get sandwiches made. And like before every basketball game, we really weren't allowed to eat Well, we weren't allowed to eat heavy. So we used to always go get subs. So I go in there one day to get a sub, and the girl who's making my sandwich is making my sandwich angry as fuck. I'm like, what is going on? I mean, she's slinging my mayonnaise, my lettuce falling all off the sandwich. She's side-eyeing me, and I'm like, damn, what did I do?
Oh, snap.
Whole time, I'm thinking, okay, Shorty just don't want to make a sandwich today. Cool. I ain't even asked for nothing extra. I ain't even gonna ask you to put oil and vinegar on that bitch because you done already slang my mayonnaise all over the place. So I get my angrily made sandwich that was made with no love and care whatsoever, and I leave. I didn't think nothing of it until fast forward about a couple weeks later. We're in the commissary together getting a sandwich made, and he's like, hey, you remember that girl that called your phone that day? The one from MySpace? I'm like, yeah. Well, we call her Becky. I was like, yeah, Becky?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, that's her. And it was like, ding, 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 light bulb. Yeah. This is why that bitch was throwing my turkey. Crazy. Like, I had personally beat her ass the day before. Man. I'm like, what the hell? So, yeah, that right there... I was like, some females just need to learn.
You know the weird thing about it though? She never saw me with you prior to that.
It was MySpace. You posted pictures of us together.
So she, God dang, man.
MySpace, and so look, anyone who's from that early 2000s era, MySpace era, know that when you get into a relationship with somebody, You can tell if y'all relationship is serious if y'all
Yep.
names match
If your
on
name match on
MySpace.
MySpace.
So you
Yep.
change your name to match old dude on MySpace. That's how you know you real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So mine was, what was mine?
I forgot, man.
Miss, oh shit. It had some.
Knockout,
I used to
some
be
knockout.
a huge Spectacular fan,
Yeah.
like a huge Spectacular fan.
Yeah.
And he started calling his. He was like, "I'm not spectacular, but I am magnificent," or something like that. So his tagline was something about being Mr. Magnificent, and mine was something about being Mrs. Magnificent. Either way, the tag names match.
Yeah.
So I think that's how she put, 1 and 1 together and
Yeah.
got 2. But I was like, what in the heck? Like, she really had it out for me.
Yeah, she mad, boy. She mad, boy.
I was like, God dang. But yeah. Trust, communication in a relationship. Because had that not been there, that could have been a bumpy road. That could have been the end of it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
Just
get a
that
KC Vibe podcast because there wouldn't be a KNC to vibe with.
Exactly. Because, don't nobody want to deal with no drama, especially at the beginning of no relationship like that. So, I mean, but that ain't, we have more drama than that, too.
Yeah, that right there. She's just, man. What's up?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to get into the other one or not, or say that for a later podcast.
Which one?
The main one.
Oh, your baby mama?
No. Yes, I mean, she's not my baby mama, but
we'll say the baby mama story for another podcast.
Yeah, okay, because that's gonna be juicy.
Shorty need a podcast all on her own.
Man, she tried to ruin my whole life, boy.
Shorty need a podcast all on her own.
But
y'all let us know if y'all want to hear the baby mama story. Yeah, and we'll share it. We'll share the baby mama story. So we got characteristics of a healthy relationship. It's trust, communication.
Yeah. And
honesty.
Loyal. Yeah, honesty.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question is, what are some danger signs that a relationship is an unhealthy one?
Just like communication. Like if you don't have communication, if your communication is not healthy, that's a sign of a dangerous relationship because, first of all, you bound to get into an argument with somebody. I mean, every relationship you get into an argument. So I don't give a damn if you the most sweetest couple in the world. You're going to have a disagreement. Now, if you get into a disagreement with a person and they don't allow you to speak, they don't allow you to say what's on your mind, speak your heart, you may want to reconsider. Because that person probably may not be the one you need to be with. Because if a person truly cares about you, they're going to want to hear what you got to say. They're going to want to listen to your feelings. They're going to listen to basically come up with a decision that will benefit the both of you guys. Not just from that person, but from the both of you. Come up with a decision together. But that person not allow you to speak and they just say off the wall stuff to you and hurt your feelings and all that stuff, you may have to reconsider that because that goes a long way.
See, I thought of that question differently.
Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead.
So for me, I think characteristics of an unhealthy relationship is the inability to be yourself.
Wait a minute. There's many. That's just one I just spoke.
No, I'm just saying
there's many.
The inability to be yourself.
Of course, yes.
Like if you feel the need to have to change who you are in order to please someone else, like certain things to change is good. Like if you got together with a person and you didn't like brushing your teeth and this person makes you want to brush your teeth, that right there is positive.
That's a positive change.
That's a positive change. But if you feel that you have to change yourself as a being, like who you actually are, and you feel yourself getting lost in a relationship, I think that right there is a bad characteristic.
It is.
That's unhealthy right there.
Yeah, a person, you changing yourself, changing who you are, not only physically, mentally, but also emotionally, because at the end of the day, I've seen instances where a lot of people deal with domestic violence. If a person is putting their hands on you, I cannot tell you what to do because you're grown men and women, but I can personally tell you that it's not right and it's unhealthy. And I can't, if you're in that situation, I don't know, but if you are, I can't get you out of this situation. You have to make your own mind to get yourself about that situation. But I can straight up tell you that stuff like that does not end well. How many TV shows you don't see where Sally used to beat Joe or Joe used to beat Sally and all of a sudden somebody died. I mean, jealousy, all that. It's not good. Look at Ike and Tina. You know, that wasn't a good, healthy relationship. I mean, how you feel about that? Domestic violence is a big thing.
I mean, yeah, don't put your hands on me unless I want you to.
Yeah, yeah.
That right there is one of the key things where it's like you got to be grown and make your own decisions. Do
Yeah.
I think it's unhealthy? Yes, but some people don't think it's unhealthy.
Yeah,
Some people just think they doing it out of love.
and that's the dangerous part.
Another dangerous characteristic if you feel the need to hide stuff.
Yeah,
Like I think it's extremely unhealthy if you have to delete stuff off of your phone so your significant other won't see it.
yeah,
Or if you have to hide the fact that you just drank that half a bottle of Hennessy
yeah,
because you don't want
yeah,
your significant other to find out about it.
yeah,
And a lot of people use the excuse, I'm hiding it because I didn't want to hurt you.
yeah,
Well, what's going to hurt even more is if that person finds out you hiding it.
yeah.
You feel me?
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
again,
Yeah.
it goes back to the lying situation. Like,
Mhm.
don't freaking lie. What's the point of freaking lying?
Yeah,
Like, you grown as shit. You gonna do what you want to do when you want to do it. But at least be honest about
yeah,
it.
yeah, and that goes a long way. I mean, look, in this reference right here, we're talking about personal experience as well because I had a huge tobacco problem. You know what I'm saying? Well, I use tobacco products, and she didn't like that. So
Let's clarify. I'm not talking about no Black and Mild,
Okay.
Newport, weed type shit. You used to dip.
Yeah, and I developed that habit while I was in the army because I used to smoke cigarettes, and so while I was in the army and we drove in the vehicles and the trucks, we would drive 24 to 36 to 48 hours straight on mission. We couldn't smoke in the vehicles, so guy of mine that was in the military with me, he was like, "Hey man, try this out. It'll help you stay up. This, that, and the third." I'm like, "Man, I'm black. I don't do stuff like that." But one day I'm falling asleep on mission, and I'm like, I need something to help me stay up, and these little energy drinks ain't working. So I tried it out, and I kind of got hooked on it. I did get hooked on it. I'm not gonna lie.
And see, me, it's more so. I honestly, me personally, to this day, as a almost 32, my birthday is May 20th, almost 32-year-old woman, I still think it's nasty.
It's not. It's not. It's not.
And
It is. It is not.
It seemed from like back when I was a kid, seeing people dip, seeing the spit coming out of their mouth and all that, and even into adulthood now where I work, there's a lot of people who dip where I work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you want to do that, that's all fine and dandy, but what irritates me is if they're spitting in the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
I had one guy who just walked around spitting on the damn ground.
No, that's nasty.
That
You don't
shit
do
right
that.
there irritates me. And
I mean,
what irritated me the most about you is what you didn't see is, bruh, you want me to kiss your lips with that in there. No, that's not gonna happen.
no.
I mean, your mouth touches my body in multiple ways.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to have that on my. To me, that's nasty.
Yeah,
because in all actuality, you're holding your own spit in your mouth.
I get that. I do.
So it got to the point where he would hide stuff, but he's a terrible hider. So what would end up happening is it's like, damn, babe, I can't find my keys. I'm going to just drive your car to the store. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. Then he got to run out there, and then all of a sudden he want to clean his car out when I'm trying to go to Walmart. It's like, okay, red flag, you ain't slick, bro. I mean, it is what it is. If I see that you running out there trying to clean your car before I got in there, you either One,
Look.
hiding condoms. You either had some other
Oh,
bitch in your car,
man. Come
or
on,
or two, I know you dipping, dude.
yeah, man.
You can't hide it.
Yeah.
Or when he used to come in and walk straight
Yeah.
past me to go straight to the bathroom and brush his teeth and then come greet me. It's like red flags, and don't take this offensively. Dudes are stupid. Like, dudes
Look.
do stuff out of stupidity, and it's like, did you really
Man.
think you were gonna get away with that?
That's why we do it, because we think we're gonna get away with it, but it does not work out like that. At least not for me.
So that goes back to a dangerous characteristic is having to hide stuff.
Yeah.
Don't hide it. Be yourself.
Yeah, man. It's just that I knew she didn't like it, man, and I didn't. Like I said, she said it plain as day a while ago. I didn't want to upset her, But at the same time, I wasn't thinking about it like, look, you're not being honest with your wife. You hiding this from your wife, and that's not a good thing at all. So, eventually throughout the years, I slowed up on it, and it's still one thing I'm still working on. I'm not gonna lie, but now I'm honest with her about it. I'm like, hey, look, I'm not gonna hide this from you, and this is what's going on. But I can promise you this, baby, that it's not gonna be as bad as it was. And I'm not gonna lie to you about anything. If you was to ask me, hey, did you use this today? I'd be like, yes, or I'd be like, no.
I mean, and I look at it like this, like, even if you say, yes, I did it, it'll mean more with you being honest than if you were to lie and be like, no, I didn't. Because let me let you in on a little secret, fellas. Fellas who's listening to this podcast, 9 times out of 10, if your significant other, if your lady, if your partner, if your man ask you a question, 9 times out of 10, they know the answer to it. So what you end up doing is digging yourself in a deeper hole. You just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper to the point where you feel like you want to jump in that hole because you end up getting caught up in your life.
Let me ask you a question for the fellas. All right. Why do women do that? If you already know what's up, so you guys are just trying to find out if we're going to be real with you.
To see if you're going to be honest.
Okay.
Because it goes back to the trust thing.
Okay. So if it's something that you don't want to hear, if it's something that's going to make you pissed off, even if I'm honest with you, are you going to still be pissed off?
I won't be as pissed off.
Oh, okay. All right.
I won't be as pissed off because you would be honest with me.
Okay. But you'll still be pissed off.
I'll still be pissed off, but I won't be as pissed off. Like, it'll go from me being wanting to sit down and talk to you about the situation versus me wanting to knock you upside your head for lying to me about
that's
the
that
situation.
domestic violence I was talking about.
That's that domestic violence shit that you were talking about, yes.
See, that's unhealthy.
Exactly.
That's unhealthy.
Yes, it is. And it is also unhealthy to lie to your significant other. Unhealthy for you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so that's the excuse.
That's the line.
Okay. All right.
There's this line, and you can choose to balance on each side of that line. You want to be on this side of the line, the top of the line, not on the bottom of the line.
What about the middle? You can't ride the middle?
You don't want to ride the middle of the line. I got to either be able to trust you 110% or not trust you. I got to know that if we go hit up a bank together, you ain't going to rat me out.
Yeah, you ain't going to drop no dime, girl.
It just is what it is. That's a partnership.
Ain't going to snitch you out and nothing like that.
That trust.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But, me and Kanisha, man, we on top of it now, man. I mean, like I said, things are not perfect, but at the same time, things have gotten better throughout the years through our partnership. We both compromise, we both listen. She's a wonderful wife, man.
Teamwork make the dream work,
yeah.
baby.
And I try to be good to her. I do my best to be good to her, and that's what matters, people. I mean, healthy relationships compromising for your partner, communicating with them, holding them, and telling them how much you love them, how much you appreciate what they do for you. I mean, that stuff goes a long way, and that stuff is gonna sit in them, and they're gonna keep wanting to do more for you because they gonna know that they're appreciated and that they're loved, and they give that same energy back to you, and y'all vibing together, and that's what it's all about, that vibe and vibrations you guys put out there together to make that bond strong.
You both plant the seed.
Yes.
Y'all both plant the seed, but it's teamwork to help that plant grow.
Yes.
You gotta water that plant. You gotta talk to that plant.
You gotta
take care.
You gotta nourish it. You gotta nourish it.
Overcome the nourishment.
Yeah. Yeah. I nourish you all the time.
I really wanted to get into this.
Yes.
Goofy. I really wanted to get into this question right here. We're gonna start a new session with this book that we started. The book is called Our Love Story, and it's a journal that you write together as a couple, and y'all discuss, how y'all got to where y'all are now. But honestly, we already over our 30-minute mark.
Okay. Well, you want to save that for another podcast?
We might have to save that for another podcast.
We'll vibe on that one later,
As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in and listening.
Thank you.
Let us know what you guys think. Comment. Mm-hmm. Let us know what you guys think. What you guys think characteristics of a healthy relationship is. Mm-hmm. What you guys think characteristics of an unhealthy relationship is. Yep. As always, you can hit me up on all my socials. You can find me on Instagram and Snapchat at @DaReal_knockout. That's DAREAL_knockout. You can find me on TikTok at AYO_KO. Number 2. Don't be interrupting me.
Okay.
That's AYO_KAYO and the number 2. If you have any questions, you want to submit any comments, if you want us to talk about anything on the podcast, feel free to reach us at askkcvibe@gmail.com. That's ASKKCVIBE@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want to remain anonymous, and we'll talk about it.
Absolutely. And guys, just like she gave her stuff, I'm gonna give mine out too. Again, I'm not good at this whole social media thing, but at the same time, you can follow me. Okay. I am on TikTok. You can follow my TikTok. I do some funny stuff on there. It's at Marty Mar 86. That's at MartyMar86. And I'm also on Instagram. Same thing, at Marty Mar 86. MartyMar86. So Snapchat is kind of different. I really don't
even worry about the Snapchat, y'all, because he don't be on it, so it's pointless and wasting these 30 seconds
I'm gonna give it out anyway.
I'm
gonna give it out anyway. Snapchat is Marty Mar 14. That's Marty Mar 14 MartyMar14.
See, y'all, he can't even remember what his Snapchat is. Yeah. Don't follow his Snapchat, y'all.
Don't hating on my. No, I'm gonna have some fans too. They want to follow me on Snapchat. Follow me on Snapchat.
Lord.
Chickadee chat.
You can find us on Facebook, KC Vibe. That he'll be on Facebook, y'all. Find him there.
You find me there too. Yeah, I probably understand better.
This podcast, shortly after we drop it, will also be on YouTube. So feel free to go to our YouTube page on KC Vibe and drop your comments down below. We're excited. We can't wait to hear from you guys. Yeah. We are over our 30-minute mark, so we have to go. We got to diddy bop. We got to leave. We got to ski daddle. Yep. But until next time, you guys.
Hey, y'all continue to vibe.
Thanks for vibing with us, y'all. Bye.